Welcome back to Beyond the Rabbit Hole. What if Batman isn't just a comic book character? What if he's a spell? That's exactly what chaos magician and comic writer Grant Morrison believes. To him, Batman is more than fiction. He's a hypersigil, or a magical symbol so powerful, it doesn't just represent change, it creates it. Let's explain. In chaos magic, belief is everything. There are no fixed dogmas, no sacred books, just one rule. What you believe shapes your reality. Belief is the tool, and the world bends to the shape of the mind that wields it. From that perspective, fiction isn't an escape, it's a weapon. Your imagination isn't passive, it's generative. It doesn't just react to the world, it rewrites it. A sigil, in magical terms, is a symbol, usually a simple one. A shape or glyph charged with intention, then forgotten by the conscious mind and activated through ritual. The magician makes the sign, empowers it with desire, and lets it go. But a hypersigil is something else entirely. It's a story. A long, living piece of fiction that stretches across time and space, carrying with it the creator's intentions, fears, dreams, and will. A hypersigil is a narrative spell. A hypersigil is a living idea that evolves, changes, and radiates meaning out into the world. And Batman, Morrison says, is his hypersigil. Over the years, Morrison has used his work on Batman in comics like Batman R.I.P., The Return of Bruce Wayne, and Batman Incorporated as a magical working. A deeply personal and esoteric ritual written into the skin of pop culture. Every panel, every line of dialogue was a line of code. A spell cast in speech bubbles and shadows. They poured into it ideas from Kabbalah, chaos magic, Tibetan mysticism, hyperdimensional time, and even alien consciousness. They gave Batman challenges that mirrored their own life. They made Bruce Wayne a mythic mirror of the magician. Bruce Wayne is someone who descends into darkness, dies symbolically, and is reborn more powerful than before. The Batcave became the underworld. The utility belt, a magician's toolkit. And Gotham, a dream you can only navigate if you stop insisting it's real. Even Batman's villains take on occult significance. The Joker becomes the trickster, the chaos force, or a test for the initiate. Two-Face is duality personified. He is the eternal tension between fate and choice. But here's where it gets strange. Because Batman isn't just Morrison's hypersigil. He's ours too. Millions of people across the world project onto Batman. They channel strength, vengeance, justice, fear, pain, and discipline through him. And the more attention he receives, the more energy the symbol collects. In magical terms, that's a feedback loop, a thought form gaining power, an egregore. Batman becomes not just a story, but a psychic engine, a consciousness stitched together by collective belief. Every film, every cosplay, every tattoo, it all feeds the signal. You're not just watching the myth, you're helping power it. Batman is a figure of order born from chaos. Batman is a human who becomes a symbol to control a violent world. That's not just a character arc, it's an archetype, a ritual path. And for Morrison, it's one that reshapes not just fiction, but the fabric of belief. To wear the cowl is to make a vow, and every time a reader believes in that vow, the spell strengthens. You don't need a wand to cast a spell sometimes, all it takes is a cape and a city that never sleeps. Batman is what happens when myth and intention collide in the crucible of culture. So the next time you see Batman standing on a rooftop in the rain, ask yourself, is this just a comic, or is this the echo of a spell being cast? We'll be watching the shadows for signs, and we'll see you next time, Beyond the Rabbit Hole.